How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. For those of you that are new to Advanced Wars, I want to go over the Orange Team COs, kind of the details of what they do, get down to the nitty-gritty numbers and the specifics to help you understand what CO works best for what situation. Starting off, we have Andy. Everybody knows this if you played the game even at all. He is the standard CO of the game, the basic, the very most basic. No weaknesses, no strengths. And he can basically, heal with his hyper repair, +2 to all units. And they actually gain a little bit of offense and defense. They become 110s instead of 100s. I'm going to use that phrase a lot, probably in the video. 100 out of 100 means 100 attack, 100 defense. That's just 100% of the value, the base value, and then, that'll get modified. And as you can see on his chart, all of his units look the same. There's no little icons or anything going on. Now, Max is probably one of the better COs in the game and possibly the best on Team Orange. He is insanely good with direct combat units. As you can see, they gain +50 to firepower. His indirect combat units suffer -10 to attack range and -10 to firepower and defense. So indirect kind of takes a little bit of a penalty, but his direct get the +50, and that's always in effect. That is always in effect. There's no turning that on or off. Max Force now is his power. Foot soldiers gain, non-foot soldiers, so tanks and vehicles, gain +35 to firepower and 10 to defense. Non-foot soldier direct combat and transport units gain +1 to movement, and his other units gain +10 firepower and defense. So, what's that look like? Here you go. Here's what it looks like. The little blue icon shows you the little blue arrow is movement bonus. The little blue under it shows that it goes down because the blue is like cut in half a little bit, but he does, when he activates his CO power, it does go up. So you suffer on artillery, rockets, and missiles, and even cruisers, but activate CO and they become normal units, and they actually gain a little bit of defense. They gain the 10% defense. But you see all the yellow bars, those are all the units that are benefiting from the constant right here. Max direct units gain +50 to firepower. So they have a 50% increase across the board, and then when you activate Max Force, they literally go up to 180%, 185. And that is insane. Look at all the units. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units that benefit from this. That is insane. So keep that in mind. He's very good. His indirect units, like I said, suffer a little bit, but they're still viable, but you're probably not going to, rely on them too much. But don't be afraid to use his indirect units. They're not, weakened to the point where they're useless. They're just a little bit weaker, 10%. Now, Sammy is the most interesting one, and she is really good, though. She has some great potential that a lot of people might not realize. So, her foot soldiers gain +20 to firepower and +10 to defense. She can capture properties at 150% speed. Her other direct combat units suffer -10 to firepower, plus transport units gain +1 to movement range. So what's this mean? Well, she has 120% offense on foot soldiers all the time and 110 defense. Pretty good, Capture properties 150, which means in one turn she'll take 15 out of 20 on a property. Still technically takes 2 turns. But if my 10 HP unit is down to 5, it'll capture at 10. So her weak units are still a threat to capture, and they can still capture good. Still capture very well. So that is the best thing. Now, double time is one of the cheapest CO powers in the game, and I think it's the one you get the fastest out of any CO power. I think it's the quickest to come around. Comes around quite frequently. So you can really use this ability a lot during a battle. Sammy's foot soldiers gain +1 to movement range, +35 to firepower, and +15 to defense. So basically they become 125 defense and 155 attack power. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. That's like Max Force, or Max's ability that he has for tanks, but it's only in a power, but still got a little bit there. Their movement costs are reduced to 1 across all terrain, so forests and mountains won't slow them down. And her other units gain a small defense bonus. So what's that look like? Here you go. So as you can see, the infantry up there had the little yellow bar showing their increased firepower. Everything else shows that it kind of has the reduced firepower, her other direct. So she All the stuff that Max strengthens, she gets weakened by 10%, which kind of stinks. But transport units all get +1 to movement, and then her indirect units are unaffected by anything. They are always the same, so that's useful. When she does activate her power, her tanks and direct units, they will recover that -10 temporarily and become 100 out of 100. So she can kind of compensate that because other units get a small bonus. I believe the small bonus is 10%. Looking at the 2 bars there, the blue bar is what it'll reset to with the bonus. The top bar is what it always is, the top blue bar. So that's Sammy there. So there's your 3 initial Orange Team commanders. That's how they all function. That's how they all work. Hopefully this video was a little bit helpful to newer players. I know it's nothing too crazy and you can read a lot of this info in the game, but I thought I'd break it down in a little more detail, explain it a little bit deeper. Nothing too crazy though, you know, so the game is pretty straightforward with explaining that kind of information. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down below. Any questions or comments, please drop them. Do look forward to more Advance Wars content to come. I plan on covering a lot of this game and doing a lot more with it, so if you enjoy the content, please stick around. And I hope to see you in the next one. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you later, guys. Peace out. Have a good one.